Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be continuing What If Naruto Was Like Yujiro from Baki. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Back to the Leaf Village, like Naruto basically asks Tsunade why do they come going back there so fast? And then like Tsunade basically looks at him and was like, I don't know how you forgot, like it's your fault why we gotta rush back there so fast. And like Naruto, like he remembers, he's like, oh yeah, the Rinnegan or some shit. Yeah. So like what's going on with that? We headed back there for that. And like Tsunade tells him like, yeah, that's where we gotta go. That's where his body is, at the Leaf Village somewhere, wherever you put it. And Naruto basically tells him like, well in that case, we gotta go, like he basically tells him like a completely different direction. And Tsunade basically tells him like, she tells him like, why are we going in that direction? And Naruto tells him, well, I gave the Rinnegan to Sasuke. I buried his body in the village. And Tsunade was like, why did you give it to him? And Naruto, like, he looks and he's like, why would I give it to y'all? And he starts laughing and he walks into he just starts jumping in the other direction. And like a few minutes pass and they end up running into Sasuke, who ended up running into the masked man. And like a whole like little fight break out. And they figure out that, you can't necessarily touch him and some bullshit. He ended up snatching one of the eyes from Sasuke, so now Sasuke is with his one Rinnegan, but it wasn't like he had both of them joints in anyway, because he still had both the Sharingan. So, yeah, he came there, snatched the eye, left. Like he wasn't trying to fight a Hokage and two like strong ass people. He wasn't really with it. He basically tells him like in a few months' time he gonna come back with all the tail beasts he got, and he gonna come get the 9 tails and the 8 tails. And like Naruto tells him like, yeah, good luck with that. But like Tsunade she taking that junk serious. So she goes back and she tells the Raikage, like after they get back to the Leaf Village, she sends a message to the Raikage. A messenger comes back from the Raikage, and the Raikage tells him that tells him like that his thing with that this little tune or whatever that can help Naruto like somewhat gain control over the 9 tails. And at first Naruto really wasn't trying to hear it, but he figured out that he get to fight the 9 tails. And if he gets at their hands with one of the things that's helping him, like not even helping him, but just giving him power, like destructive power, of course he's gonna want to do that. So they start making their way back to the Cloud Village. And the Raikage, like they meet them at a specific set of coordinates, and then Killer B tells Naruto, like, you can only go in here by yourself with another Chichiriki. I'm gonna be in there just in case you go rogue or some shit like that, like you go crazy. They gonna be sitting out here waiting for us to come out. And some more stuff. And Naruto was like, alright, I guess. So they walk in, Naruto basically he faces like his inner self, like just a more fucked up version of what he is right now. And then he ends up fighting the 9 tails, which doesn't go as planned. Like the 9 tails was genuinely fighting him. Like they had a decent ass fight. And like toward the end, like the 9 tails basically tell Naruto, like, you know what, you're pretty good. Like, and like as he's saying this, Naruto lands like one of the fattest punches he possibly could on him. So like he laid out, and like, that's like his last thoughts. Like before the 9 tails passed out, he was like, you're pretty good. And Naruto was like, yeah, I'm gonna use your power for as much as I want, like for no reason, like, for my purposes. And the 9 tails, like he passed out, so he didn't hear that part. But Naruto walk out in his little KCM mode or whatever. I don't know what the fuck you can call it at this point. At this point, I'm gonna just call it demon timing, because we just gave Naruto with Yujiro's mentality another form. Let's be honest. That ain't finna do nothing but be like the worst possible scenario. Like, why you think they don't get that nigga Yujiro forms in his own show? Exactly. Anyway. Well, mainly because they don't have this shit in this. Anyway, yeah. So he come out, everybody like they kind of shook at like his power now. Cause like Naruto was already physically strong as it is, and now his chakra is just like out of there. It'll take people. Not even just like good Shinobi. It'll take people, just like in general, to stop Naruto. Like you're gonna need them good people, but you're gonna need bodies. You're gonna need bodies. All right. So as So all that happened, they go back to the Leaf Village. Sasuke, Naruto ended up training just a little bit. Sasuke to figure out that Naruto like drastically ahead of him now. Like the form that Naruto got isn't even like comparable to when he first unlocked it in the series. Like his physical strength is drastic. His speed, out of there. Like it's over with. So we're gonna do a time skip to like when Obito reappears with the shit. So he reappeared with Madara. Madara ends up, you know, he ends up finding out a way to take all the tailed beasts that were currently around him and put them inside of him, which gave him the Otsutsuki form, the Sage of Six Paths, but it didn't really give him everything because he was still missing two of the more important tailed beasts, or two of the strongest. So like he pulls up on Leaf Village, like, hey, what's going on? And at this point, you know, everybody at the Leaf Village, like nobody left the Leaf Village after the reconstruction, and no one left. Like everyone's been there. So the minute like he pulls up, all the decent shinobi, anybody, you know, with a name and some legend to their name, they were outside. And then, you know, including Naruto and then the Raikage and everybody from their village with some name, with some talent or whatever, you know, that was it. That was their final defense. And because the other villages, they sent some people too, but before they could, Obito wasn't really taking no chances. He got rid of half of them. Like he went there after he had got the tail beasts from the villages. He had one back after figuring out that they was like trying to team up with the Leaf and Cloud, and basically wiped them off the map. The only one that he ain't do it like that, he ain't destroy is the Sand, and that was only because you can't really. Well, you can destroy the Sand village, but it's sand. This ain't gonna do nothing but go everywhere. And then it's gonna be like a dust cloud in the air for like fucking days, maybe even years. And you know, he just didn't feel like navigating all that shit, you know? Yeah. So like he pulls up on the Leaf Village and everybody starts fighting him, and he pulls out like his little army of Zetsus and shit. So it's like basically canon, you know, they fighting the Zetsus, people getting injured. But it's not as serious as it was in the original, because the Zetsus are weaker because this is way earlier. And most of the people that were in the Leaf Village had like their own separate training arcs. So Naruto and then was out there getting his little KCM mode or whatever. Everybody that was in the village was training. Sasuke unlocked like eventually, I don't know if I said this in the last part or not, but he did end up fighting and killing Itachi, which ultimately helped him unlock his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. So yeah, you know, fuck with it. So yeah, after a while, like they fighting. He started bringing out the big shit, and then he ended up summoning the Ten Tails, which, you know, draws out Naruto and Sasuke, you know, the yin and yang of this, you know, at this point. So he proclaims, you know, he here to fight the strongest people, or some junk like that, just to get Naruto, just to see what Naruto gonna do, because like he heard Naruto, like he reacts to shit like that. And you know, Guy pop up, and Guy turns into like his 8th gate form, and he fighting Madara. Madara basically proclaims him as the strongest person like he's ever faced, like physically, strongest person he's ever faced. Only person that he, with a guaranteed fact, could give him a run for his money. And Guy basically like he doesn't stop fighting, but he laughs like he's dying in pain, but he laughs at the like, you know. And Madara's like, what, you laughing at me? You can't be laughing at me, like, you know, I'm Madara, the Madara. And like, oh fuck, Guy told him like, nah, that ain't even that. It's just, you just sat there and said that I was the strongest and you haven't even fought Naruto yet. And like, Madara was like, oh really? Like, that's what this is? You claiming he's stronger than you, but you know, you got this? And Naruto, like, he appears next to Guy, and he like, yeah. And you know, he puts his arm on Guy's shoulder, and Guy basically, he's still messed up. Like his legs is still out of that, but he basically get healed. Like Naruto heals him using the chakra from the Nine Tails. Basically, you know, yeah, doing what he did in canon. And he tells Guy like, no, like, get out of here. And Guy tells him like, I can't move. And he's like, what? Like, what you mean you can't move? And he looked down, and Guy's legs look like noodles. And he's like, damn. Hey, somebody come get this man off the field. So Sakura come over there, you know, the best medic on the field. She come over there, she grab him. Of course not, it's not equipped. You know, she grabbed him. She trying to heal his legs up, get him back to at least the way he can use some crutches or some shit. But you know, that's not gonna happen. They in the middle of a war. So, so as like Naruto get ready to fight Madara, like they ended up finding out, okay, like what's going on? Like because at this point everybody didn't stop because they trying to see what Naruto finna do. Because like they didn't defeat the majority of the Zetsu, if not all of them. And the only thing that they really got to worry about now is the Ten Tails and Madara himself. So like, besides the fighting on like the very outside, because they still haven't killed majority of the Zetsu further away from the battlefield, closer towards the Leaf Village gate, there is no Zetsu. So like, none of them are really fighting. They just provide an aid for the people, you know, that are still fighting Zetsu and the people fighting Madara. So then like, Tsunade tells Naruto like, you can't, like, be careful. That's Madara Uchiha. And Naruto like, I know who this is. And Madara like tells him like, since you know who I am, why would you choose to risk your life like this? And this is where I'm ending this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.